Welcome back to the STG ice sheet, you beautiful people. End of last episode, or just during last episode, we got attacked a few times. Nothing too major, but they broke through into the ancient danger. Going through the ancient danger, they then tunneled into our base, which obviously is something that we do need to sort. So I think what we do is we just take the walls that are on the corner here, claim them, and then we just reinstall them to there. Then we take this one, claim, and then reinstall it. So this is going to wall off this area. Is it going to really stop anyone coming in? Not massively, but hopefully it might do something just to deter sappers coming in, because the last thing we want is people coming through there when we have all the defences on this side. We have gone on to Terra and changed his work priorities, so he is Doctor on 1. Not that he's great at doctoring, but he is okay. And then he is going to be our main miner, and then into plants, so that is cutting and growing, because we want to get this hydroponics up and running as soon as we can. We know that 4 can happily fill the needs of 1 Solarian. Well, I think 3 can. 4 gives us a little bit of a surplus, so if we can get another 8 up, which is going to be quite resource heavy, we don't need to worry about food. And the other thing that I have noticed is obviously we've got the bedroom here, which is now a barracks, and it's done the job pretty well, but it is not big enough anymore. So we actually need to start going into these areas and moving everything across. And we do have the granite sarcophagus with John Dum in it, and I think with him we're going to make him a little tomb over here in this episode. So we need to get hydroponics up, we need to get bedrooms done, we need to expand into here to create another set of bedrooms, because we are looking at expanding the colony. I'm not going to say aggressively, but we definitely want a bigger one. We did the bulk good trader come in, we did trade with them, we got a bit of silver, nothing crazy, but I'm hoping that we should have enough that once another door-to-door seller from the UAC comes in, then we can give Terra some decent kit, because right now he is not rocking anything good. He's got a shield belt, which is okay, but then the rest of this stuff is just pure garbage. Once again, we've got quite lucky, so we have, what is this, 3 fat grown princesses coming in. They're kind of like the queens, but not nearly as dangerous or powerful. But you can basically make them yourselves, so they can be quite useful. So GNU has 819 full metal jacket 50 cal rounds, which he definitely does not need. So we're going to make you pick up, you're going to carry 200 on you, or 84 apparently. That'll do. Cool, so he's got all of those. Paddock, how you're looking, you got 300. Okay, let's not worry about that for the moment. Let's go and ambush the princesses. With having a bunch of guards with 50 cals, we should be able to shoot through them pretty quickly. Terra can carry on doing what he's doing. We have marked this area here off, so once we get a chance, once that door's put in, Terra can go in and mine here out. And we also have a build set up over on the bench to make marble blocks. We'll move that to the top for the moment, because we're going to make the beds out of marble, and not that we really have anything else that we can make them out of. Queens are super slow, thankfully, and we still have a whole bunch of human corpses left on the map, so there's 15 there. Then we also have the Asari, which is going to keep the doggos fed for quite a while. We also have an Arctic fox, showed up in last episode at some time, can't quite remember, but details not a problem. Not the best angle to take him on, but wait a sec, Paddock somehow shot over a mountain. Is he? No, he's shooting into the mountain. Weird. Okay, the first one's revenging, and then hopefully the rest of them will revenge as well. Anyway, Solarians like insect meat, so getting those set up is going to be pretty good for us. I think we both pull back to where Paddock was. No, sorry, where GNU was, and that's going to give us a better line of fire. And yeah, as soon as they're around the corner, yeah, they're going to be in trouble. And these things are pretty difficult to miss. And then yeah, shoot the one behind it. Come on. Cool. Done. We'll get these onto Hall urgently. So Paddock, you can carry one, and then GNU. Once we break them down, that's a lot of insect meat, and yet again, Solarians like eating insect meat, so it keeps them happy. They get +7 for eating them. No, +10 for eating them, but then we also get the -7 for 8 raw food. So ideally, once this is done, we'll get the +7 without the debuff. Oh no, if we're using the insect meat, that means there'll be fine meals. So then we'll get the buff from the fine meals +8 insect meat. So yeah, they're basically going to be running around as if they had the sanguine trait, which is going to be pretty sweet. What I am thinking for the bedrooms is so just a double bed in each of them. Then if we go into temperature, then we get the vents, so the over wall vents. Put those in. So what we don't need to do is worry about, say, when one door opens and then the room becomes cold. If we have those, that door opening shouldn't be a massive issue. Then we're also going to put a heater in. That sarcophagus does need to move, and I think we'll just need a heater in like 2 of the 3 rooms. And then we also put a heater into here, which is going to be our rec room, sooner or later once the roofing gets put in. And then yeah, so they basically walk out into the rec room, so then there's going to be an airlock here anyway. Well, there's a whole bunch of airlocks, so hopefully we can keep the internal temperature in the base fairly warm. That would be ideal, and then we're just going to expand out the back here and then across. As for the front part of the base, we seem to be holding against most things. If something like a centipede shows up, so long as it's not an infernopede, we should be right. But if an infernopede shows up, literally if it shoots one like missile down to here, that's going to take those 3 turrets out, depending on where it lands. They are big old explosions and they are super dangerous, so we need to keep an eye out for infernopeds. Ideally try to take them out before they can shoot. Now the centipedes in the Mechanoid expanded update, well mod I guess, once they're fully upgraded they basically get run and gun. So you've got infernopeds that can shoot whilst moving, which to me makes sense, but it does make them actually terrifying. Extortion demand at Black Site 22. Sky, boss of the Awesome Skunks, contacts you on the comms console. Based on your proximity to their prison camp, she feels you're encroaching on their terrain. She says she's willing to overlook your transgressions for a modest fee of 1,893 silver. She adds that failure to pay will be met with aggression, but she is gracefully willing to give you a day to pay. Well, yeah, we're not accepting that, so reject that, which means we're going to get attacked real soon by the Awesome Skunks. They should be dropping in. Oh no, they're literally just there. So what they got a 50. Could be a little bit dangerous. They've also, which one's that? Is that a triple? Yeah, they got a triple. Okay, are they coming in anywhere else? No. So the 50 is dangerous. That guy is in power armor, so he might be a bit difficult to take down. 2 LMGs. Could be problematic. The rest of them are on pistols, and then he's got, no, sorry, 3 LMGs. Okay, and then we've also got one person with a charged submachine gun. Not actually crazy scary, other than that rocket, and that 50 might be an issue. But I'm sure we can figure this one out. And in classic GNU style, he has basically just run off and basically face on by himself. First one's down, 3 of them are down. Good man, GNU. Okay, yeah, GNU has basically just done the whole raid by himself. So he's taken out the triple, which was the main threat. You're attacking the crypto sleep. The only person that might be a threat is a person in power armor who's already shot up. Only 3 of them spy from up there. Looks like most of them were suppressed. And yeah, cool. I'll tell you what, we'll bring Paddock up just in case, but I think GNU's got this. Beast, absolute beast. Okay, do you want to just hide behind there and just finish off what you started? Okay, reloading. It does take a while because it is a big old gun with a massive magazine. Okay, shields are broken. Don't need to worry too much about the 50. Paddock, whereabouts are you? Okay, and the insects have woken up, so they can either run into our 50 cows or they can run into a bunch of bugs. What we do want is we want to try and keep the queen alive if we can. She's been out 23 hours now, it's too late. Cool. Move back to here. Paddock, you're to there. And let's start shooting these guys down. Turrets aren't really going to be in range until they get a bit closer, which means we're in a really bad situation. And GNU, you already done all your rounds? Yeah, cool. Off you go, mate. Do what you want. Paddock, move this way. Casual, just having your lunch in the middle of a gunfight. Okay, changed your mind now, have you? We're fine. There's quite a few bugs, but we got the turrets. They're not going to do a crazy amount against the big ones. But against these smaller ones, I'll be able to pick them off. Actually, that being said, no, our turrets are actually doing fine. Cyclopedes, nothing too much to worry about here, not what we've got. Yeah, turrets in combat extended are just so much better than in standard Rimworld. And what we're going to do is stabilise the Insectoid Queen and see if from there we can get that back onto its feet, and then maybe it goes back here because it's got a whole bunch of larvae. It's got 4, and it will produce more, and if it produces more, then obviously we can go and eat them. Well, hunt them and then eat them. Store in 5 hours. And took a bunch of injuries to the brain, so permanent gunshot injuries. This ain't going to be worth it. But what will be is this power armor and this protective helmet, which we can give to Terra, and Terra is going to be fine with those. And away we go. Cool, and it's a drop suit, so that's not a bad bit of kit. Normal protective helmet, not amazing. And 31 flake, which yet again isn't actually half bad. Okay, prioritise hauling that and get all those in. With the rooms nearly finished up, we still need to put the vents in and then the heaters, and then wall this area off. We're going to take the sarcophagus and then we are going to put it into the tomb, for the pretty simple reason that this outside wall here isn't claimed by us, so it's going to be less likely to be attacked, especially if there's other walls. They are going to have an easier way to get in, and we also know that that is going to stay super cold in there, and to make sure of it, we're going to remove the roof area as well. So that is going to be frozen the whole time, so when we get a Mecha Resurrector Serum we can bring John Dunn back, and then that will also give us time to figure out what we are going to do here. This though might actually and genuinely be a problem. So we have the Geth Collective coming in. Now the Geth shoot a crazy amount of shots. So this is their pulse rifle, it's also good quality. Okay, no, it has been nerfed for combat extended. So it is 8 shots. Okay, 5 seconds. Oh no, 1.1 cooldown. Okay, not a massive issue. I thought they were going to have the same shot count from in standard Rimworld, which is 60 shots. And if you have a gun that can shoot 60 shots, everything is going to keep its head down for a crazy long time. But they don't have that. Now, what does the Prime have? So it's got the Revenant, and that's a 12-shot burst. Their weapons are pretty useless for armor penetration, so our guys are fine. Even Terra should be alright. But we also have the Geth Hunters, and let's see what their plasma shotgun's going to do. Still yet again, really bad armor penetration. Not a big issue. No, that's cool. I think that we should be fine. Okay, so there's 2 primes, 3 hunters, then a whole bunch of Geth troopers. And they've also got different sound effects, that's kind of cool. These guys are just going to get slaughtered as the Geth come in, because well, they're tribals, so they don't really stand too much of a chance. Which is also going to give us a whole bunch more bodies, which is going to feed the dogs for longer. Then if we get lucky, maybe a couple of the muffaloes get taken out. Yep, so there's a couple down. Excellent prestige recon armor, don't mind if we do. Some normal recon armor, some glitter weld, some silver, luciferium. Okay, that worked out pretty good for us. You guys able to get this last ones? No? Go on. Okay, now they're just making sure it's dead. And a bio decoder. And a UAC Shepherd armor. Which is pretty sweet. That means we've got another guy in kit. Okay, they're shooting our fox. Not a big problem. It wasn't one of the doggos, so I don't really mind too much. And what's over here? A goose. Now, where are you annoying ones going to go? They're going to come from the top here. Fine. Paddock, you're on the door. GNU, have you picked up any more weapons? Well, you picked up some more ammo, but not a massive amount, so if you could reload kindly for me. Whereabouts are you? Cool. And how much of this can you pick up? Okay, get the extra 100 rounds in you. Terror, what are you rocking? Yeah, again, nothing too much. And did we keep the battle rifle? Do you know what? I think we sold that battle rifle off. Not an issue. We will go with the shotgun on Terror then. So drop your axe, pick up the shotgun, and where are you? Not crazy far away, not super close, but close enough. Then we'll get Gnu down here, and then I think we need to put Terra behind the corner, because Terra's going to be good, but he's also in the worst armor that we've got. No, that does not look like you picked up 200 rounds or 100 rounds of ammunition, so you get on that. Terra, you're on the shotgun. Okay, you're picking those rounds up. Okay, got confused then. That is fine. Reload, get your guns up. Quickly, if you would, mate. You're quite out in the open now. Cool. So Gnu's going to take there. Paddock will cover him. He did get slotted, so it looks like that thing just went straight through the shield, which isn't good. Terra, you loaded up? Yeah, cool. We need you in the fight. I cannot think of a good place to put him. You get the corner, Terra. Let's see what you're made of. Paddock's fine. Gnu's cool. They're all messing up. So, Gnu, you're down here. You're going to trade with Terra. Terra, you're going to take the corner. You take this one. That's going to give you a little bit of cover. Not a massive amount, but hopefully something. Yep. Fine. Okay, Gnu suppressed. Paddock, mate, you're meant to be on the door. Get back there. Shotgun done its job. Anything that comes around this corner we're not too fussed about, because we still have the gun turrets. And I really need to find something to make a smaller UI. It gets proper in the way. Cool. Well, I did think the Geth were going to be a little bit more problematic than they were. But we seem to be in a decent situation. Yeah, they don't like 50 cows too much. Our turrets are coming on. Having a bit of a hard time hitting them though. What are your body sizes? Got a body size of 1, so I'm not too sure why the turrets are having such a hard time hitting them. They should have been fine, but they weren't. And still having a bit of an issue. Though, when they are being shot, they do run into a bit of difficulty. They're not super tough, the old Geth. Has to be said. How are you looking on rounds? 58. And on you, 40. Okay, that one's down. We've only got one more coming round here. And yeah, it's just a mop-up exercise now. Nearly forgot about all of this stuff that the Geth wiped out. And it is looking like a pretty decent haul. We've already gone over it earlier, but what we do have now, which makes this super worthwhile, is to expand this zone here. Go back to the base, because we have the Asari coming. So let's send Paddock over, and then maybe we can shift some of that stuff to them. And once again, the traders are quicker than Paddock. We need to figure out how to sort that. Well, we know how to sort it. He just doesn't carry as many 50 cal rounds. And doesn't have as much kit on. Because his weight is crazy high. But as soon as we start chucking some prosthetic body parts onto him, like maybe, I don't know, a Slayer's Mark, then he is going to be terrifying. And with Slayer's Mark being said, let's start working towards the hospital. So I reckon we take this area here. It's not going to be a massive hospital because we don't need it. I think, yeah, we take that wall as well. So we're going to carry the granite wall there. Then we're going to have like a little airlock in. And then we put the crypto sleep caskets in. Once those crypto sleep caskets are in, we get Terra. No. We take Gnu because he has a medical of nearly 10. See if we have a skill trainer to boost that. Skill trainer for social. Then all of those are basically shooting and cooking. So we just need to find one more skill trainer to get his medical up higher. Then once that medical's higher, I think we'll probably go for about 16. Then we try to get Slayer's Mark onto Paddock. And then we increase Paddock's medical. And then when his medical is nice and high, we then put it onto GNU and see what those Slayer's marks can really do, because I think they are going to be pretty beast. So Terra's gone and equipped himself up, and I don't actually half mind what that looks like. So he's got a yellow tabard. I'm not quite sure he managed to find that. But then where he's got the Prestige Recon helmet, it kind of looks like a Hermes almost. Pretty cool setup. And top all of that off, we do have the multi-analyzer finally finished. So I think, yeah, we'll just move the heater across and then we'll chuck that in behind. And then yeah, that's going to work pretty good. Moved a few things around, so now we finally can fit in that multi-analyzer. We will need to later on move this about, just so we can have a bigger research room, because if we are stuck on one steel high-tech research bench, we are not going to be able to get a massive amount done. But actually looking through a lot of the kit that we have, some of the stuff is not bad at all. I know I've been focusing on the old Slayer's marks, but we do have decent kit. So like we've got the learning assistants, we've also got the research implants, the half cylinders or the half cyclers, not very good because they lower consciousness, and I think consciousness in my opinion is like the single most important trait, just because it affects so many other traits. So having a low consciousness means you move slower, manipulation slower, and those fun things. But hospital is nearly ready, so I think what we also need to do now is go and call, let's go for exotics good traders and see if we cannot get a couple medical skill trainers. Good in a exotics good trader, and we've managed to pick up 2 medical skill trainers. Now that is a little bit more than what we can afford, so we're going to need to sell something across to them. They won't be worth selling. We'll give them artistic, we're never going to use that. And we want to have 500 extra, just for the simple fact, in case we need to call in another trade ship, in case something goes wrong, we will have the ability to do that. But we really do not have much that they want. We'll just sell them 525 muffalo meat, which will allow us to be able to call in another trader as and when is needed. And let's send Terra over so he can use the first skill trainer, and then also get him to use the second. Ah, no, I gave it to the wrong person. Right, Terra wasn't who was meant to have it. It was meant to be GNU. Okay, well that didn't work out. That was a bit of a waste of 2 grand, but at least we now know if something goes wrong, we've got people that can somewhat medical. And also let's pull across paddock into here. And as we have the resources, let's put some steel tiles into here and along there, and then also we're going to need to steel tile into here. We don't have enough to be able to spare the steel down to these bits, but soon we will, and that'll be the plan, because we want it so we can move around and still be undercover. Now we also have a slaver just come in from the polar bear clan. Let's send paddock down and hope that they have a Solarium for us. And no, they're running away, so let's not worry about that. Move the work priorities around a little bit, and it seems to have helped things out quite a lot. So the bedrooms are nearly finished. If I could place that sculpture in the right place, that'd be great. So if we have a little look over these, we don't want that one, we want this one. Decent bedroom, and another decent bedroom. Hospital still needs a little bit of work, but that is coming on, and we've also got a bunch more hydroponics in. Still a little bit too cold. We've got some areas that are unroofed. Let's go sort that out. Okay, yes, just be along there from where we moved this. Terra managed to build himself into a tomb, so he's on a mental break because he got a little bit unhappy about that, which isn't a massive problem. Still can't find any more skill trainers for medical, which isn't going to help us out a massive amount, but once we get them, that'll be great, because then we can use the Slayer's marks, and also using those Slayer's marks is going to drop our wealth down like crazy. Then off the back of getting those Slayer's marks, we might as well put the Architect arms on, and then yeah, paddock's going to be a bit of a beast, and then so's GNU. And then as we work down, as we get more kit, we'll give that onto Terra, and then as we get more colonists, goes down the chain. But I think we nearly managed to do everything that we wanted to do. Bedrooms are done. Hydroponics are nearly done. This area is nearly walled in. John Dum now has a tomb. So, you know, that is something. Hospital's nearly done. That will require a little bit more work. And it looks like, yeah, we got another puppy as well. So the number of Labradors is definitely increasing. And they're going to start producing super quickly. 9 Labradors, so there's 2 puppies. I think we're going to have to start training them to haul so they can bring their own dinners in. Otherwise, we are not going to be having enough people running around to get them. And so I think what we do is we'll make another room. That's where the doggies live, but that's also their emergency fallback and also where all their dinner is stored. I think that sounds like a good shout. And with that, I need to bring the episode to the end. So thank you very much for watching the ice sheet. I've been Conti. You know what you need to do for the algorithm. You guys are amazing, and I'll catch you on the next one.